Hello everyone. Good morning to all of you. And before going to enter the chapter, let me tell you something that it is I extend my hearty gratitude that you entered, you evinced interest to learn organizational behavior, and that's why you entered my channel. So I will request you to please subscribe the channel so that whenever a new video comes in, then you can be easily informed. And rest assured that I will be covering all the chapters one by one, and with video, with examples, with slides. Well, you can understand. So I feel that through this video you will understand all the fundamental aspects of the organizational behavior. We need to understand what people are going to do in the organization the moment they join the organization, what exactly the managers do. That's quite important, and from where the management concept actually comes in. And that is quite important. We understand the history of this. Unless until we understand the history of this, it's quite difficult to comprehend what is going to happen with us. Because earlier times, the kingdom times, people say that some fundamental aspects were existing, but it was not documented. So documentation comes in a big way from the scientific, approach or scientific theory of management. That is almost, done in the starting of the 19th century, the century by your Taylor, Frederick Winslow Taylor. And before, in the starting of the 19th century, actually some factory schools emerged in US. So in that factory schools, training was going on. So training, people used to take the training, and then gradually they are attending the documentation, the manuals, the training manuals, the garage manuals. Small leaflets were coming into the market, and people used to consider them. So from that point of view, we consider, and when in 19, when in 1890, 1880, Frederick Winslow Taylor comes to the market, he started approaching the, propagating the scientific theory of organizational behavior. And he is in a big name by that time. And in 1920, Henry Field also came to the picture with the administrative theories. So that during 1880 to 1920, two people were in the prominence. I mean, the everybody was watching them. So one is the Frederick Winslow Taylor, who propagated the scientific theory. We will gradually learn exactly what his theory was. And later on, the Henry Field also propagated the administrative theories. So these two theories were there in the picture from the 1880 to 1920. And gradually, these two people were engineers. They were working in General Electric, Chicago plants. Then after their time, up to 1920, then 1920 to 1940 was the era of Elton Mayo. Elton Mayo gave the theory of human relations theory. And we, the UBI people, usually give more focus on the Elton Mayo's human relations theory. But before that, also we have to talk about the Henry Field's administrative theories, because his 14-point theories were also containing many points which are indicating towards the human relations. So altogether, we cannot ignore what Elton Mayo, what your Henry Field gave. But sometimes when we talk about from the human resource point of view, we give more importance to the Elton Mayo's theory. But dear students, so we are not going to those theories right now. We are just introducing this topic to you. So I just want to tell you that what is management, and what comes to the mind when my friend asks, what is management. If somebody asks me, what do you mean by the management, okay, what comes to the mind to answer it. So point, before going to define, as per the conceptual definitions, let us go through one example so that you can easily understand it. Okay. Suppose you imagine a scene. You are working in a company and you are about to leave your house, you know, for the company. The cab is already arriving at the doorstep. The time is on, and you are well dressed. You wore your suit, blazer, tie, everything is ready. You are just about to leave the house. Okay, the time is 9 a.m., 9 o'clock. You are about to leave the house, right? You're in a hurry. Suddenly you saw, because you were living in the outskirts of Bangalore, then suddenly you saw that one snake is coming towards your house. It entered the main gate, right? It entered the main gate. And the house is empty, nobody is there, but you frightened that if the snake resides in my house, what to do? What normally people do when they see the snake? They get frightened. They are apprehensive what is going to happen in the next moment, because it's dangerous. So what happens? You don't have any time, right? But simultaneously your objective is to settle down with the snake. You try to understand. You do not have any time. You are in a hurry. The time is approaching for going to the office. Then suddenly the snake arrives. So in that case, you are searching. You are searching how to beat the snake. Okay. Then suddenly you saw one corner. There is a stick is there, but that stick is of your grandparent. The stick is of your grandparent, and that's quite costly stick. And there's the imported stick. So you know that grandparent, your grandpa, when earlier you used to toss that stick, he used to tell you, he used to deny you, don't touch. This is imported. If it is broken, then I will break you like this. So here comes the point. Because the grandfather is not present in the house, you can touch the stick. But the point is that it should not be broken. Okay. So here, I gave you one variable, one factor, that is their time, right? Time. So two options are there. Suppose you are settling down with the snake, you may take more time, you may take less time. So two things are coming. Right? You are already wearing the dress and you are about to leave your house to the office. So what happens? So effort should be minimum. Your effort is there. Okay. Effort should be minimum, or effort may be also maximum. So two things are coming. Right. Then the stick, the resource you are using to settle down. So there is also having two options. Right. So one is the broken and another is the intact. I mean, nothing happened to the stick, but maybe possibility is there, it may be broken down. So two options are there. Another is the snake, the objective. Another is the snake. Two possibilities. Maybe dead, maybe alive. Maybe dead, maybe alive. Getting my point? So here, time is one thing. Less time, high time, more time. Effort is another thing. More effort, less effort. Then third one is your stick, the resource, may be broken, may be intact, and the snake, the objective, so maybe dead, maybe alive. Here we are now doing a permutation combination. We are doing a permutation combinations. That means, suppose you take time is you take more time. Suppose there is no office, or the office boy will wait, sir, you come out, I will take you to the office. Then you take more time. Okay. And more effort, because you are running behind the snake. Snake is moving here and there, and you are also going through the snake. So more, more effort you can afford. Okay. And the stick may be broken because your grandfather, didn't object anything earlier. So even if the stick is, you are breaking it, he will not object to it. Stick may be broken. So you are free. And the fourth one is the snake. You try. If the snake goes out, what you can do it? Snake may be alive. This is one permutation, combination. This is one combination. In this combination can only happen, suppose you are free. You are free. That is not an important stick. And you are in the afternoon, evening, the snake comes in, and you can put maximum effort, maximum time. Stick may be broken, snake may be going out, possibly. But the situation is not here. Situation is not here the same thing. So what I told you, one combination, more time, more effort, and the snake, a stick may be broken, and your what, snake may be alive, right? So this is one combination. We just reverse it. You do not have any time. You do not have any time. Okay, and effort should be minimum as possible, because you are going to office. Stick cannot be broken. Stick must be intact, otherwise you will be crucified. And fourth one is the snake must be dead. The objective must be achieved. So I gave you one set of things. I gave you another set of things. In between, how many combinations can come? Suppose we are four variables are there. In four variables, two factors each. I mean eight. So how many total combinations will be there? The top one is less time, less effort, stick intact, snake dead. The bottom line, more time, more effort, and the snake must be dead, and the stick must be snake may be alive, and the stick may be broken. So in this, nearly 28 combinations are coming. How? Because 8 into 7 by 2, n minus 1 by 2 is the total combinations there. So in that case, total 8 into 7 is equal to 56 by 2 is equal to 28 combinations. So total permutation combinations we are having 28. One is the best, one is the least. In between, 26 combinations are there. Total is the 28 if you are taking it. So point comes here, what we will do so that we can achieve the best one, and what normally people do so that they can achieve, they may be getting the achievement of the least one. In these skill levels comes what skill we are having it, what the management principles we are putting it, how we are tactfully handling the situation. All these things are coming in. And who are smart, expert, effective, efficient, they are going to win the race. I mean, they can achieve the target of the snake dead, stick intact, less effort, less time. Okay, so we, the management people, always try to keep this in the mind. Extraction of the maximum output from the limited resources. Extraction of the maximum output from the limited resources. That is the ultimate. So that becomes our smartness. That becomes our smartness. You can take n number of examples. I mean, suppose somebody is driving a bike, fuel consumption is much more higher, and somebody is driving a bike, fuel consumption is much more lower. You might be taking Ola, Uber, etc. Cabs. You are hiring the cabs to go from one location to another. And sometimes, the drivers are changing their gears, so you can't feel a jerk. But somewhere, they are changing the gears. You understand? He changed the gear from 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, like this. You might be traveling in airplane, but some pilots are so witty and so smart, you may not be understanding or may not be feeling at all the plane is already landed down. But if the pilots are not that smart, not that efficient, then whenever you will be touching the ground, you will feel a jerk. So everywhere the efficiency, the effectiveness, the smart things, the decision making comes in. We will gradually enter the domain, because there are a lot of principles of management. So if I go on elaborating, of course, we will talk about some principles, because in OB also those principles will be coming in. But if we'll be going, towards that principles, then our OB introductions will be taking a backseat. So we will be coming gradually towards the introductions to these OB. So before going to this OB, I just enumerated right now, how the managerial principles work in our life, and what exactly we intend to achieve it. So that is thing. So now we are going to talk about, we are entering the OB. But what happens, your one thing comes to your mind, that we usually talk about the four M's: man, machine, material, and money, isn't it? Man, money, material, machines. Four M's usually the pioneer things and stumbling block, you can say, in the management. And let me tell you, because you must be understanding, these four concepts are highly resemblance and relevance to the earlier economic concepts. Earlier economic concepts, I mean, that is the land, labor, capital, and organization. Okay. If you match this, then you will be finding it land, labor, capital, organization. That is the economical concepts. In the modern day, we talk man, money, machine, material. Now we are going to match it. Land. Okay. Land is the resource. Land is the resource where you will be doing, where you will be putting the labor into it to cultivate it or to plow it. So what happens? The labor here is the man. We talk about man, money, machine, material. So one man is connected to the earlier labor. Okay, land, labor, capital, organization. Capital is the money. So here the money, the second item, is connecting to the capital, right? So man, money gone, and labor and capital gone, right? Now left is land and organization. And here comes the materials and the machines. Machines are using the materials to get the final products or the finished products, right? Organization is cultivating. Organization means the policy, structures, and people, etc., etc. One system, you say one system, was using to cultivate the land. So that is why somebody is using another thing. I mean, one is the resource. Land is the resource. Here materials are the resource. So we take materials to the land, and we take organization, we connect organization to the machines, right? So we talk about here land, labor, capital, organization. If we arrange from the managerial point of view, we talk about the what we talk, land is the materials, right? And land, labor is the man, and capital is the money, and organization is the machines. So these four concepts are taken out by the management people, and who renamed it in the modern day organizations. So this is the root of the management. So people should understand if where these four aims are coming in. So that's why we should think about it. Okay, because OB and management as such is the not a original discipline. It is a hybrid concept and has been taken out from many things, and many contributing disciplines are there, which we will talk gradually through my slides. So before that, I just told you that psychology, economics, political science, history like concepts, social sciences concepts are there. Even the economics, the Adam Smith, I think, is of 1560 times he wrote the books. So that time it was documented, but the managerial, I told you just now, is really give its more importance to the scientific theory approach, which is 1880 onwards. So where is 1560, where is 1880? So there is a long difference, long differences. So that's why we usually tell key management has its origins to the original sciences, original streams like psychology, economics, sociology, political science, etc. social sciences. That's why social sciences are, a big thing nowadays. Although from the job perspective, people don't give much importance to this, but still we cannot ignore those social, sciences, right? So that is the concept. Now we will be entering the introductions to OB, and I will be sharing my slides. Okay, through slides we will go quick so that you can understand it. Till now, I just summarize. Till now, just we discussed about how management started from this, scientific theory, administrative theory, and human relations theory, etc. From there onwards, we usually talk, we usually discuss, but it has its origins from your 1560. I mean, in the 16th century, the people have already started documenting the various social sciences. That's there. And I told you that, the basic principle of the management is to extract maximum output from the limited resources. Another good example I can highlight here, the two friends are studying in the same college, attending the same class, attending the same lecture, but one is scoring 9, another is scoring 6 points CGPA, or you can say 90%, another is a 60%. Both are in the same family maybe, but how it is possible? So it is all possible about how you are optimizing your resources, and which time you are using, what books, what subject you are reading it, and how you reproduce them in the examination, what comes to your mind when you are answering the questions. So these things are coming in a big way where we can think about the applications point of view. So how you are going to extract maximum things? I said you ki somebody is scoring 90%, somebody is scoring 60%, even in the resources are same, even or the resources are same, but somebody is achieving maximum, somebody is achieving the minimum. So that is the managerial skill, efficiency, effectiveness, a lot of things are coming in. Okay, so in the due course of progress, we will also talk about effective and efficiency. There is a two terms usually comes in the mind of the management people. The Peter Drucker has coined the word efficiency and effectiveness. Those two things we will gradually discuss it. Let us go to the slides. We will start the class regarding the introductions. Yeah, I think this is the screen. Yeah, I'm sharing the screen. I hope it is visible to you. Yes. So with this, we can start our class. My name, I introduce myself as Dr. Ratnakar Misra. I'm at 23 years of experience. Earlier I was working in Odisha in NIST, Barampur, National Institute of Science and Technology, Barampur. I was working as a professor and head of the department there for almost 15 years, close to 15 years. I worked there. Before that, I was working in Paralakhemandi, one JITM Paralakhemandi was engineering college was there. I was working, started my academic career there. I was teaching OB since a long time. I was teaching there. So those are my academic career, and currently I'm working at NSB Academy Bangalore as a professor HR. So this is my experience. And before the JITM period, I was working in Assam Memorial Trust, which was having academic interest in industries. I was working as a manager for 2 years and 4 months. So I got one experience of organization, how organization actually functions. I was in the administrative role of that, and I was responsible for the recruitment, for the training of the people, the entire Odisha. That group was having academic interest, coaching institutes, residential colleges. So entire the Assam Memorial Trust was is the trust, and I was working on behalf of the trust and managing the affairs. So that was my 2 years, 4 months stint. With that, I was working at Bhubaneswar. After that, I joined JITM Paralakhemandi. I spent 6.5 years there. Then NIST, I was close to 15 years, then here NSB Bangalore. So I authored 2 books. One is on my research area, that is industrial displacement and human rights. That is basically my research area. So my book is there. You can find my book in Amazon. It is going on there. So if you purchase that book, I will be much more happy that people are reading that. You search by my name in Amazon, you will be getting that book. Another book is on organizational behavior that was published by Himalaya Publishing House, Mumbai, and that was co-authored by my teacher, my mentor, P. Subbarao. My sir, Dr. Subbarao has written many other managerial books. You might be finding it in the internet also. You search his name, you'll be getting it. So apart from that, as per our academic extensional activities, we used to publish the journals, we used to conduct the events. I wrote 3 book chapters and 7 journals, and we conducted 7 programs, FDPs, etc. We conducted, and those things were going part of life. Apart from that, also we participate in conferences, seminars. I almost 60 FDPs I attended, including seminar, conferences, FDPs, all including almost 60. So we go to IIMs, IITs for our own training purposes. So we get refined there. And I'll be also sharing, because we are talking to the management people. The management thinks without case study, it is absolutely no. So I will be, sharing one video how the case studies are being solved, and I will be also training you, how I will be with a reference to the cases, maybe smaller, maybe bigger. We will be taking 2, and how those cases are actually being solved, and what the companies are expecting from you people. That is also very, very vital for you to know. So this is, about my introductions. So, I'll be entering towards the, organizational behavior. Organizational behavior is an offshoot of the management. I say it's a subset of the management, but it is having a tremendous impact on our life. If you feel that how can I use it and where it is being used, it's quite difficult to understand it. It is quite difficult to quantify it. We are having 2 lives. Okay, one is our professional life, another is our social life. Right? I say it, I repeat. One is our professional life, another is our social life. In the professional life, we do again 2 things. One is the quantitative things, another is the qualitative things. Quantitative things, exactly the technical things, what we are doing it. Suppose you are a software programmer, you are coding it, that is a quantitative things. But simultaneously, along with the quantitative things, you are doing a lot of qualitative things. I mean, you suppose you do not maintain the relationship with your colleagues, with your peers. Then what happens when the time of promotion will be there? Somebody will be getting promotion, but you are not getting it, because that promotion leads to a team leader. Okay, you will be leading the team, but you are a loner. You do not have any friends in your organization. So your top management thinks that if I give you that task, you may not give justice to the people. If you do not have any people factor inside your mind, then you can't, lead the team. You can't be able to lead the team. So that's why you lost the promotion and your friend got the promotion. Here comes the qualitative. What I mean to say, here comes the qualitative. Qualitative is supporting to your quantitative aspects. You might be an expert, technical expertise, unless until you understand the people factor, the relation factor, the colleagues. You do not understand yourself. You do not understand your colleagues. You do not understand what relationship actually bring justice to this. You cannot survive in the company. If you cannot survive, how can you use your technical expertise? That will come second one. But often people comes with a question: how much gain actually you achieved? How much gains actually you achieved? But you quantify this. But many times we cannot quantify the qualitative aspects. For your understanding, OB is a qualitative subject. OB is a qualitative subject. You cannot quantify this, you can't visualize this, you can't see it, but you will work on it. Your survival depends upon it. If you do not understand the meaning of it, how it going to help you, you cannot survive in the organization. That's why it is almost, you can say it is a motherly, or you can say it's a motherboard. If we compare to the computers, then you can say that this is a motherboard. On the motherboard, all operating systems work. If the motherboard crashes, your operating system, your software, your the MS Office, SPSS, nothing will work. Get the point? So that is why we have to understand how OB works in our life, how it helps us, how we survive on basis of this. So with that note, I'm entering the OB. Okay, so these are my contents. I will like you to see the slides. I hope you are seeing the slides. So this is, we will be defining it, but we will not be exactly sentence by, I will not define it. I will give you the inputs, what exactly happening around us, what is the corporate expectations from us. From that, you will understand what is the meaning and definition. So role of managers in the organization, then we will talk about the elements of the factors of OB, components of the OB, then why we will be studying the OB. That's quite important. We have to understand it. And contributing discipline. Just now I said that many contributing disciplines are there in the OB. To name a few, or economics or sociology, psychology, political science, these are all. We will proceed it. Then OB models are there. OB models are also there, structural models and functional models. Both are completely different. You students, you people should understand what is a structural model and what is a functional model. So then the challenges, obviously the challenges are coming in our life. Every day we are facing the challenges, and how to overcome those challenges, how to convert those challenges to our advantages. That is quite important in our life. So these are the contents, these are the introductions to OB. With this introduction, we are proceeding it. Meaning of the OB, while listening my audio, you can go through these slides, so that you can read that, you can listen it. One thing, I'm going to tell you what is the corporate expectations. What corporate people are expecting from the management student, that is having a close resemblance to this. That is having a close resemblance to this. I mean, very, very well relevant to this. Three things are there: individual, groups, and structures. Okay. OB studies it. Impact of one thing on another. Suppose you know that, very, very simple example you can understand. You go to a roadside dhaba. You go to a roadside dhaba for food. Do you ever feel conscious about it? I mean, are you checking your tie? Are you checking your blazer? Are you checking your shirt? Are you checking your pant? Checking your shoes? And you are putting it, you are hearing. Do you ever feel that you are getting conscious about it? I don't think so. We just hungry, we are hungry, need a food, we enter the dhaba, take the food. In between, nothing comes. But we just change the scene here. Suppose you are entering a 5-star hotel. Suppose you are Lila Kempinski or Marriott, you are entering it. Now you can understand it. Are you feeling conscious or not? You are checking everything. Mirrors will be there. You will see in the mirror whether I'm looking good, whether my hairstyle is okay, whether my dress is okay. Why? Why this comes? This comes because the structure is having an impact on us. You think, if I go to a hotel, if I do not behave properly, people will laugh at me. People will laugh at me. Suppose you are doing a journey in the plane and you are journey in the local train. Behavior is completely different. So that's why we understand the importance is there. Individual, suppose you are going individually to a teacher. you tell very politely. Suppose a mug goes to a teacher. Of course, in the private organization, mug concept doesn't come there. But you see the universities, the traditional universities, strikes, student strikes. What not they say when they go by the group, but when they go individually to meet the teacher, do they say something? They behave very rationally, very politely, very humbly, and whatever the teacher says, whatever the teacher shows the rudeness, they easily accept it. They tolerate it. How this is possible? Because there is an impact. There is an impact, invisible impact. A group goes, psychology changes. Individual goes, psychology changes. Structurally, it goes, behavior changes. You go to plane, behavior changes. Go to US, behavior changes. Go to village, behavior changes. We need to study it. Why this is happening? What is behind this? So that is OB teaching you. And one point I just told you, that what the corporate people are expecting from us. There are some points. A couple of days before I met with my chairman, when the chairman was conducting a meeting with us, faculty member, he was complaining that the corporate people are always complaining that the people who are coming out of the technical schools or business schools are not matching to the expectations of the industries. I say this is a perennial issue. This is a continuous issue. When we did our MBA in the 96, I'm talking about that time it was there. When we are talking the 2022, 21st, 22nd, century, 21st century, that is also there. So there is a perennial issue. Why there is a perennial issue? Because that is because there is a gap. There is a gap exists. What the theoretical concepts the people having it. And just a minute, please give me a minute. So we are continuing again. Why it is a perennial issue? Because people, those who are actually doing the work, and those who are coming fresh from the business schools, the work style doesn't match. Work style doesn't match. These people are fully loaded with the theoretical concepts. Okay. And those people are actually dealing with the customers directly. So their expectations from the students are, number one is the problem solving skills. Problem solving skills. In the problem solving skills, what happens? They face numerous problems and they expect the management students to solve it. Because you must be knowing the leaders. Leaders are what? Leaders are those people who are ready with any solutions. The followers may not be getting the solutions, but the leaders are. That's why the managers must be having the solutions in the mind and the best in the decision making. And everybody is doing MBA. And what is the common distinctive pattern between the manager and as well as the clerks? It is only the decision making, what the manager can do, what the manager can pursue, what the manager can have the solutions, which a clerk cannot. So that problem solving skills is the first one that comes to their mind when they hire the management people. And in the business schools, through case studies, we try to inculcate, because case studies is a problem solving thing or scene where the people are tempted to find the solutions, are expected to find the solutions. I told you that I will be also telling you how to solve the case studies in a different video. So that's why I request you to subscribe my channel. And so whenever I will be putting one video to you, then you will be intimated. So I told you that number one point is that problem solving skills, and through case studies, we are going to meet that. Second one comes the team building. Here the OB comes. OB, what happens? The groups, the individuals, the structures are having impact on one another. Company also expecting. I just told you just a couple of minutes before, suppose you are a loner, you do not talk to with much people, you are a shy, you are an introvert. Then when the promotion comes, the company gives the promotion to your friend, and you will be astonishing what the thing is going wrong with me. I am doing a lot of things, but that is the team. You are not a team man. You do not know how to be inside the team. You must be, understanding, you might be agreeing with me or not. Indians are well reputed for individualism, because you may not be studying, or you may not be having contact with your cross cultural and global HR. That is one thing. There is one research, many research were going on, Globe Studies research, Hubstate's research. In those research, they enumerated that Indians are brilliant people for individualism. I mean, you give assignment to individual students, they will be immediately solving it. But if the same student will be asked, you collect everybody's assignment and put it on the table, he will be coming with a lot of excuses. Lot of excuses. Sir, he is not thinking, he is not giving, he is not, obeying my commands. He says that he will directly give to the teacher. Why should you ask me? Like this, blah, 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 blah. You will be getting it. But Japanese are wonderful teammates. Japanese are wonderful teammates. So there is a difference. So Indian companies, those who are hiring it, they try to understand whether you are a team man or not. Best example is the group discussion. Because current day recruitment process is having a group discussion. In our time, it was not there. In 96, 97, when we were passing out from our business schools, it was not there. Only interview was there. PI, personal interview was there. No group discussion. But now, group discussion is a part of this. That shows the second point, what I said, the team man is also expectations from your company point of view. From company point of view, they are thinking that whether you can work in a team. Okay. Next is coming the communication. So in the team, what I told you in the teaching pedagogy, I told you that we do games, management games. Okay. If possible, I will also record one game and upload here. So you can understand through games what we are trying to tell you. You should understand team, how team is more important than individual. If you do not work proper sequence, or you say that proper parlance, then you will fail in performance. You will fail in your performing task. So that's why through role plays, through games in the teaching pedagogy, we try to tell you that team is very important. That is the second point. Third point is the communications. That's why we used to appeal people to give the presentations as much as possible. Group presentations. Individual presentation, again, you will be presenting it easily. And people are always saying, sir, can I give my presentation individually? I said that this is quite important. You can present it, but it is not expected. So communication, again, if you are giving group presentations, then two things are solved. One way, your communication will be okay. You will be refining, and your communication, you are enriched. And if you are giving group presentations, then team concept also comes in. That is the third point, communications. Okay. Next point is the leadership. How you are taking initiative, how you are leading the team. One is the team member. Second one, is the leadership is coming in the fourth point. Through leadership, through surveys, through exercises, through role plays, again, T group exercises. These are a leading point. We are trying to do that. And initiatives are by club activities. Suppose we are doing club activities, initiatives and leadership also coming. You do any student function, one or two people will be taking leader, others will be following it. So that sense is coming through that. For example, product launch. We are doing product launch, and we are doing the various surveys and competitions. In that also, leadership comes in. Next point is that your ability to analyze and interpret. That comes through your laboratory sessions. Through softwares, you are interpreting it. Through analytics. And we're also uploading the videos of the analytics. There is a difference between analysis and analytics. So through this survey, research, dissertation, you are trying to interpret with the help of software, with the help of Excel, with the help of SPSS. You are analyzing that. So that is comes to the one point. Next point is the subject knowledge. Subject knowledge also must be there. If you do not know what is a balance sheet, then how can you interpret it? If you do not know what is a ratio analysis, how can you interpret that your company is going in the right directions or not? If your company is having profitability or not? So you have to know what are the components of the balance sheet, what is the asset, what is the liability, what is the debt, what is the equity. You must be understanding it. The subject knowledge, you must be having it. The recruitment process would be there, pros, cons, everything must be understood. And that you are going to get through the classrooms, through the class lecture. Currently, where I'm giving you the lecture. That means the subject knowledge, I'm just trying to pass it to you. So that is the last one in my point, that is the strong work ethics. That also people understand. And that also people expect. Strong work ethics. And the personal level, I feel that this is not to be done by the observational method. I mean, you understand whether your teachers are coming to class on time, leaving the class on time, collecting the assignments, whatever they are doing, they are preaching and they are doing it, practicing it. Okay, they are coming to the organization, how organization supports you. If it is a controlled organization, if every people are ready to serve you, all these things will give you an impression. Work ethics must be there. But you imagine, if your teacher will ask you money, give me money, I will give you more marks in interview. Then what the ethics you will be getting it? You feel that the whole world is like this, whole world is corrupted. That's why many people, those who join civil services, in the first meeting, they will be saying wonderful things. After 10 years, if you conduct the meetings, you will understand what the changes happen in their minds. Because they live in the society and the society is having n number of principles practiced. So anyway, we are not going to that. We are going to come back again to the domain, that is the meaning of OB. So we derive one things, that is their impact of individual, group and structure. And one is having impact on one another. So that we study. We need to study. We need to comprehend. We need to understand. Then we can use it. We go to the second slide. Please read the definition. It is the same thing is the documented one. OB is a field of study that investigates the impact that individual, groups and structures having an impact on one another. That we just enumerated. We just enumerated that people are having impact. Student strikes, that in the government colleges you might be having certain strikes. Only if you analyze, I also saw many strikes during my Ravensa. There is a great college, Ravensa College. Now that is a university. There's a 150 years old college, very reputed one. We saw strikes, many strikes. And in Utkal University, I also did my PG. Then I did my MBA from Delhi University. I saw numerous strikes. And sometimes we astonish. The strikes are done just for minor things. Sorry, I'm extremely sorry. Just for small things, the strike is happening. If you go to deep button of the strike, what is the reasons of the strike? You might be finding that very minimum issues. In the library, somebody misbehaved, the student leader, strike. In the canteen, that food is not good, strike. Teacher abused the teacher in students in the class, strike. Library books is not available, strike. What are these? What are these? And a strike leads to completely cyanide of the campus, death like silence, isn't it? Lot of mandates closed, a lot of structures are damaged, your glasses are broken and people are injured, people are arrested by the police, what not, for what? That is why we need to study the impact. What is the good structure is having impact, what is the bad structure is having impact, what is the group is having impact, what is the individual is having impact, a lot of things. Okay, these we can ignore. I think this is available in your books. These are good authors. Keith Davis is also Robbins, Fred Luther. I urge the students to go through the books. E-books are available in the market. So if you want to know more, then you please refer the books so that your knowledge can be enriched and you can understand the deep thought of those authors. Those are very research-oriented books. Personally, I like Stephen P. Robbins, and nowadays Robbins has co-authored with many other authors. But anyhow, any book which is having a Robbins name is wonderful. And Fred Luthans is there, Keith Davis, 3 books I personally like. Yeah, this is a role. What is their management roles? Mintzberg's 10-point role, the students must understand it. The first one is the figurehead. First one is the figurehead. I mean, the figurehead is the leader. While you are talking about the interpersonal duties, I mean, you are having person-to-person relationship duties, then you are a figurehead. Your class representative is a figurehead. Your head of the department is a figurehead. Your director is a figurehead. Your president is a figurehead. So what happens that, what somebody, is representing a group, we talk. That is a role. Leader is a role. Okay, figurehead is a structural role. Maybe you may say that social duties, documents, signing documents on behalf of my colony, my apartment, my society. And leader is taking towards a particular achievement, towards a goal. I mean, you are going to achieve a goal, the leader is setting up the path. That is the role. Liaising is the relationship maintaining. You are talking to people on phone, you are texting them, you are WhatsApping them. You are maintaining the relationship. How you are maintaining the relationship? That's there. One is the informational roles. Regarding the information, what you do? Monitor. Information, if we see the 3 things are there: monitor, disseminator, and spokesperson. I mean, the information you collect, then you circulate, then you pass it. Suppose your institute tells you something, then you collect the information. You got the information by notice, by memo, by WhatsApp, by email, you collect it. Then you circulate among your friends. That is a different role. Then your friends decide something. Sir, we need to meet you personally. And you pass the same thing back to them. So that is the spokesperson. You acted as a spokesperson. So decisional roles are also there. Out of 10 points, 4 points are dedicated towards the decisional roles. That is the entrepreneur. Entrepreneur is a big topic. Currently, India also needs entrepreneurs, because entrepreneur generates jobs, employment, manager not. That's why we salute the institutional heads. We started the organization. Long live them and let them live 200 years, because they give employment to many people. And particularly at this juncture, India needs entrepreneurs. But when we are talking from the organizational context, entrepreneurial attitude should be there. I mean, I must make my department profit center. If I make my department profit center, then my entire organization will be viable, can survive well, can be sustainable. So that the entrepreneurial thoughts should be there, the roles should be there. That is one role. And one is the disturbance handler, conflict handling. This is coming under the conflict category. Suppose 2 people are not understanding to each other, they do not understand, and they do not, they feel incompatibility among themselves, then something will come to the manager. The manager must resolve this. Then resource allocation. Resource allocation, we can say that what to allocate, which resource to allocate whom. One good example, you can say that somebody will be giving a particular resource, somebody will not. That means who will be maximum utilizing one particular resource, the resource will be allocated to him. So depending upon that, the decision is also there. And one is the negotiator. We must be understanding that negotiation is very essential in our life. When you negotiate, suppose your team lead says that please do the project, and continuously 2 months you work, after that 1 month leave I will give you, because the deadline is approaching. because the deadline is approaching, because the client is approaching, the client is ready to give new projects if we are submitting this project on time. So with this, he negotiates with his team. Please complete the task. After that, 1 month leave. If you agree, then it's a give and take type situation, negotiation. So these are the 10-point roles of the manager. The manager must understand it. He does while he works in the company. So now the key elements of the OB, there is not much deliberations on this. We understand people, the prime element of OB, because we talk about human relations, we talk about human resources, we talk about human beings as an asset, which we were not talking when we were teaching or when we were talking personnel management. You must be understanding what is the difference between personnel management, PERSONNEL, personnel management. That means what happens, we were just treating the human beings as the double entry bookkeeping types. I mean, only point, if you present, you get the salary. If you do not present, you lost the salary. That's it. There is no relationship between you and me. I don't bother to know what you are doing at your home, what you are living, where you are living. So I know, but now it is not. We talk organizational behavior, we talk human resource development, because we feel they are our assets. They are our assets. Your sofa sets, whatever drawing room you are putting it, that is an asset. But your shoe stand is a personal management. You don't bother about shoe stand. You keep it outside. But that is an important thing, because you keep your shoe rack, shoes in the shoe rack. But shoe rack, you don't you don't care. You just don't care. You just purchase it and keep it in the outside the house. You put your legs, put your shoes and come inside. So you don't bother about it. But in sofa set, suppose you purchase Godrej interior, then you clean it, you polish it, you carefully use it, you nourish it. Similar fashion, personnel management as well as the HRD. I mean, current days, we understand our manpower is our asset. If one manpower is going out, then it's a loss to the organization. Okay, because with him, he takes out a lot of experiences with him. Our culture, our experience, everything is taken out. So people is the biggest element of OB. Second one, we talk about the structure. Structure is the formal and informal structure. In the forward slides, we will understand what is the structural things there. Technology, you understand it. Every day technology changes, the new technology comes in, the old technology is, for one example, I can tell you here that comes to my mind. When we did our MBA, we studied COBOL basic languages, computer languages I'm talking about. Basic, COBOL, Pascal, Fortran, spreadsheets, FoxPro. When we pass out, nothing was there. Then MS Office came. In MS Office, again, we learned on our own. Okay, my point. And versions keep changing. Forget SPSS. Our time SPSS was not there. We used to do manually all the formula, all the calculations. Now put everything in the SPSS, you get the results. You put everything in the Excel, you get the results. How simplified, but keeps changing. We used to use floppy. Floppy is one rectangular square size, one disk, small disk, 1.44 MB. 1 MB only, 1.44 MB. Now you are using, we used to carry a box of floppies and putting it and copying it and then taking it. And there is no guarantee that it will be there or not. It can be auto-deleted also. Okay. So now even pen drive, you are having 32 GB, 64 GB, you are having pen drives. So, technology keeps changing. Then floppy, then came CD, then came DVD, then came rewritable DVDs, reusable DVDs, Then came pen drive, then pen drive versus amount of size is keeping on changing. So it's a technology is changing. Environment, internal and external. Internal here it indicates inside the organization, and external what is around us. You may say that, sir, what we will do the external environment, what is there, and how does it affect? It affects because we are living in a open system. We are not living in a closed system. It affects. If there is a strike in the nearby college, can I go to my college? If a strike happened nearby college, can I go to my college? There will be a road blockade. There will be sympathetic strike as well. People will be mentally disrupted. People will be feeling dizzy. Can I go to my college? Can I concentrate on the studies? If there is something happening in the China, everybody saw this. In Wuhan, it started. And we used to see from India and we were laughing. Literally, we were laughing at what is going on in China. They are closing the apartment, they are closing the roads, they are putting people behind, their house. They are not allowing people. They are, they are putting nails on the doors, gates of the apartments. I personally saw, we were witnessing the TV and we were laughing. My God, China is such a communist country. Same thing happened in India. After a couple of months, we witnessed, we reserved ourselves, we confined ourselves to our houses only. So external is very important also. Internal is inside. Okay. Scope, necessity is there, higher productivity. If we understand this, then we will be definitely achieving higher productivity. Conflict will be less. Then we go to understand how we are maintaining the interpersonal relationship. That will be much more higher. Okay. And the labor turnover will be the turnover. Here we talk about attrition. I mean, labor people will be leaving your organizations. That will be less, or less absenteeism will be there, and company image and popularity will be higher. Why will be studying OB? OB, explanations, a little bit more explanation to my earlier side. Just these slides, you saw this. Higher productivity, less conflict, and interpersonal relationship will be heightened, will be increased. Then it just substantiation of this, or just just enhancement of this is this. Why? The first line, you please understand, it helps an individual to understand himself and others. What type of person you are. There are many traits of yours. When we talk about personality, leadership, then we will gradually understand in this OB that we have to know myself. I say, suppose I do not like conflicts, I do not like confrontations, so I try to avoid going to those areas where the conflict arises. How? Because I must be knowing myself first. If I know what type of person I am, then I can fine tune my behavior, and I can either I will go or I will not go. So that decision, how can I take it unless I understand it? And simultaneously, my colleagues, my peers, who does what? Because people must be knowing that office politics are also there. So if somebody does office politics, I must be well aware about it. Otherwise, how can I handle it? Get the point? Second point, we can witness the manager's job is getting things done through the others. It's the extraction, job extraction. Because job extraction or the delegation of the activities. Because everything you cannot do. I still remember one of my ex-employer, the director of my earlier college, once in a meeting he said, really, I understood getting things done by others after 10 years of entrepreneurship. After 10 years of entrepreneurship, I really understood what is the thing it's there, get things done by others. Otherwise, many times he used to feel, let me do it. Let me do it. In that case, that he was overloaded, overworked, and fatigued. He was having fatigue. But after some times, whoever comes to him, he knows how to extract the works from them. And carefully segregate the activities, segregate the task, and giving them the assignments and extracting from them. So it's a skill. Everybody cannot do it. It's a skill. Okay. So next is the field of OB is useful to maintain cordial in industrial relations. Management to management, management to employees, employees to employees, like this, the relationship will be maintained. And the momentum of the economy, to sustain the economy, if everything goes fine, then ultimately the benefit goes to society as well. Your economy will be strong, robust. People will be spending, people will be conserving, and both activities will be going on. Then we will be talking about today the contributing disciplines. We with this, I think I will stop this class here. I will be putting another video from here, contributing disciplines. I will be recapitulating from till now whatever we discussed, and I will be sharing the introduction to OB2. I mean, the total introductions I will divide into two parts, one till now, and the second part is the contributing disciplines onwards, so that whenever you will be downloading it, you can download, you can preserve, you can understand what is going on, so you can match it. Okay, so with this, I stop sharing it, and I will be taking your some of the questions. If you like the video, and if you have any particular questions, you can put it in the comment box, and I assure you that if you give your email ID there, I will try my level best to return it back. Otherwise, you write in the comment box whether you like the video, you like me. Then I appeal to all of you to please subscribe my channel, so that more and more videos, it will give me a lot of enthusiasm to put more videos, and the entire things of OB, along with the core case studies, how to solve the case studies. Even if possible, I will also upload a video of how to generate the case, how to write the cases, because we have experience in writing the cases, in generating the cases, then solving them. So those things will be there. And first we will put all the videos of the organizational behavior, then we will gradually shift towards HR analytics. That is my plan. So please subscribe to my channel. If you like the videos, if you like me, then please press like, and keep learning. Happy learning. Thank you.